So good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of the Shield on a Couch. And this is a joint album review with Señorita Sabrosura. Señorita, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So today we're going to talk a band that I didn't know and Señorita didn't know, but it was a recommendation by David McCloskey, he's a musician. He was a musician in a band from Puerto Rico, and the last Friday this album came out. So I reviewed an album by the band Mountaineer, and he told me if you like that album, check out also the album by the band. They're called Iress, and the new album is called Sleep Now in Reverse. So it's 10 songs, 49 minutes. So for people that don't know Iress, they're like they play like doom metal with shoegaze elements and something that I don't know what they call it, slowcore. And I'm like, what the hell is slowcore? I think of is that like hardcore slow? But
Maybe.
yeah, but the difference is, this is they have a female front woman in this band, and yeah, this is the band's second album. They're from California, and I was reading, and I'll ask Señorita if she thinks that this is a fair comparison. The LA music peers dubbed their singer, whose name is Michelle Malay, the Adele of Doom.
Wow. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I thought when they have that on their Spotify on their and I'm like,
Well, I read in another place like she is the Florence and the Machine of Doom Gaze.
I would say more Florence and the Machine than Adele.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So this is the band's second album. So thank you, David McCloskey, for the suggestion, because when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, I want to review it, but I'm like, I want to review it with Señorita. So Señorita.
Yeah, McCloskey always has he has always had great taste in music.
Yeah, so if he suggests something to me, I will listen to it because I trust his judgment. Some other people, not so much.
Yeah, exactly. Other people, not so much, but him, I trust it. If he recommends a book or a movie, or an album, I will trust him.
Yeah, so if he recommends something, I'm like, I'm gonna check it out, because usually it's good. Even if it's something that it's not my cup of tea, there's good in it. But yeah, this I like doom, I like metal, I like shoegaze, and I don't know about you, Señorita, but I really think that the strong suit of this band is the vocals.
Yes.
The vocal is just like, musically it's good, but I think if they didn't have their vocals, there's other bands do this style. Yeah. So I think that the vocals is what makes this album stands out. So, Señorita,
At first listen, I immediately love it because I'm a sucker for voices like this one. For me, the vocals were super captivating. Plus, I like the mix of the vocals with the atmospheric guitars. The mix you said, like the doom, the metal, the slowcore, even the elements of shoegaze. But for me, what it stands out and what it made me like this whole album was the dreamy voice, and sometimes it could be like really strong and sometimes like a whisper. Like, I immediately like it at first listen because I'm a sucker for vocals like this.
Yes, she has a great range, and because sometimes with this type of music, if a vocalist has like the same tone all around, it can get boring. But she knows when to like put a higher voice or be more dreamy. So I think this album it had a great flow to it. And I also thought that every song is not every song, like only the last song is the one that's like super slow, but every song has like changes in the tone. Like it can start low and then you have like a build-up when it gets like harsher, but never truly harsh. Like the way they describe their music is like beauty meets like, I would say melancholic, or because I wouldn't say that this is a violent record by any means. I think
Oh.
it's more like beautifully tragic. What do you think?
Well, it could be sad, but I find it even uplifting at times.
Yeah. Yeah, and the voice is what sells it. So it's 10 tracks, and tell me, which of the 10 tracks did you like the most?
Well, I like the opening track, "Falling Under." I thought it was a great opening track. It
Oh no,
sets
it's falling. The second one is Ever Under.
oh, right. Falling, and the Falling. I thought it was a great opening track. I think it sets the mood and the tone for the album. I felt very emotional. Yeah, and I like the second track too. But another favorite was Mercy. I love on this song the layers and how it goes building up until it explodes. But my favorite song of the album was Lovely Forgive Me Not.
Oh, that's a great track.
That song, it gave me like post-punk vibes. I love the bass here. The bass felt like very Peter Hook, very Joy Division. But the song it has like layers and mix of everything. I even have like a grungy element too. So I think that was my favorite track on the album.
That's my favorite track of the album as well. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it because on that one, I think she really showcases all the ranges of her voices. Like,
Yeah.
she can be subtle, she can have like be more metal, and even I like the grungy part. To me, it sounded like a grungier version of a Portishead.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, on that track. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell why you like that track. Uh,
Yeah. What about you? What were your favorite tracks?
so I thought that one was great. I I like every track on this album. I think
Yeah.
my least favorite track on the album is actually the closer, Deep.
For me, I thought the one before Sanctuary could have been easy the closer.
And
Like
Nel Mera, that's the most metal track on the record. It's
yes,
great distortion guitar. I would have put that as a
as a closer
closer,
maybe.
and I think Deep would have been more like in the middle because
Yeah.
it
But I read that Deep was the last song she wrote. That was like all her feelings and everything, and that's why it's called Deep. And because it was the last, she wanted to put it at the end.
yeah. I think another
But
track that I really did enjoy that had like an eerie feeling to it, and I get to check out better the lyrics is The Remains.
oh yeah, yeah. I think this whole album it's great. I like every track.
Yeah, and uh like the way she uses her voice, it can be like on The Remains, it can be haunting and kind of creepy a little bit, but more haunting. I think the opener, like you said, the first three tracks of the album really set
Really
the
strong.
mood. Falling is a great album opener. It sets the tone. You get a little bit of almost everything that they do, and it builds momentum. And I thought Mercy, which is a longer track, also plays a lot with pacing. This is an album that it has great pacing because sometimes this type of music with the shoegaze or slowcore can get a little bit repetitive and boring. But I think they have enough subtle like differences and changes in the tracks that make you like really be engaged with the record. And
Yeah.
Deep, I think is my least favorite, but I think it's a good way to like just slow down and end the album on like a serene note.
Yeah.
Even though I think Nel Mera or Sanctuary would have been, I would have preferred those. But yeah, like I said, 10 tracks. There's no weak tracks on this record. There's just amazing. Every track is good. Like I think every track on this album is great. Uh, and we mentioned a lot of the vocals, but the musicianship also, her,
Yes.
the musicians on this band are top notch. I think this is a band that it's very promising, and I would like to see like what they do next. Like do they incorporate more elements? Like, because I think, yeah, this is a band that I think it can have that crossover appeal for maybe people that are not into metal because of her voice.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so great record. So McCloskey, David, thank you for recommending this album to us. So final thoughts on this one, Mary.
Well, I couldn't find any flaws with this album. I enjoy it. I think I'm going back to this album. It's in the top, like Chelsea Wolf. These two albums, I will go back. And I like it because for me, it goes beyond metal. Like you said, it could
Yeah.
transcend in the future. But this album right now, like I really enjoy it. And I didn't find it sad. I find it like uplifting, maybe a little intense. But for me, this is maybe an 8.5, a solid.
Yeah. So if you like this album, you should check out Mountaineer's album.
Yes.
It's really like it's like this same style, only that it's a man singing, but great stuff all around.
Okay,
So
we'll check it.
for me, this album, I would rate it a 9 out of 10. I think I have to listen more to it to get more nuances, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the vocals, I like the music. I think the lyrics are interesting. I gotta get more into the lyrics, more time to dissect them.
Yeah.
I think this is a record that really it's got great texture, great atmosphere. It sounds great. And you know, even this is the band's second album, and they sound tight.
Oh,
Could you imagine like more albums and like
in the future, yes.
it could, I think they're a promising band that people should not sleep on. So we want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of Iress? I don't know if I say the band name correctly. Sleep Now in Reverse. Comment what are your favorite tracks from this record, and if you haven't listened to this, please do, and also recommend us bands from this style, like if other bands that we should check out, because this is a style that I really enjoy listening to. So yeah, so we both enjoyed this record. So Señorita, like thank you for joining me again to do this. Like, and what's coming up next for your channel?
Well, we couldn't do this weekend the must-have records on vinyl, but we'll do it the next one.
Yeah, awesome. And,
yeah,
and you
then
have obviously your merch.
yes, and they can find me at sabrosuracreativa.com. That's my shop, my website where you can buy my merch, my art, my jewelry. And then next month we're entering festival season, so you will see some videos from all the festivals I'll be going.
Yeah, that's awesome. So for me, The Shield on a Couch, you can follow me. I'm on Instagram, The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm on Facebook, Hector The Shield Dude on a Couch. And I reopened my TikTok for The Shield Dude on a Couch, even though I think TikTok sucks. But I'm back at there again. So if you can follow me on all those platforms. Sorry about that. And coming up next for the channel, this weekend, Is It That Bad Is Back, and we are talking about the new album by the Smashing Pumpkins. Okay. And it's called Amon Gori. I can't remember what else it said.
It's a strange name.
It's a very pretentious name. So let's see if Billy finally delivers with like the rocking album he's been promising since 2012, or if it's this just another letdown.
Would this album will be with the new guitarist, the girl?
She's just a feeling. No.
Okay.
No, she's never gonna. At least she's not on this album. She's on the tour, she's not on the album. Even if you see
the tour, maybe.
Yeah, the tour. Yeah, the pictures. It's only 3 people. They don't put her there.
Wow.
Yeah. Come on. At this point, you only need a picture of Billy Corgan and the other people like way in the back, like a Bon Jovi. But yeah, so that's coming up next for the channel. So until next time, couchers, this is Hector, the shield dude on the couch, and we'll see you.
Señorita,
Yes, no, sorry.
Señorita Sabrosura, I'm here.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's early. I'm sleepy. And we'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.